Good evening, everyone. It's me, Kelvin from Rowan Search. Okay, so I know that the market is okay. Today is having a roller coaster ride because yesterday it actually goes down at 1.9%, and today is back up to 0.72%. But that is not the very what do you call that? It's not that happy. All right, you shouldn't be very happy about this because overall market yesterday when the market is down, foresee that today there will be a lot of rebound that's coming up. All right, so for the banking side, as we know, what causes the huge price fall is also because of the you know it's everywhere in the market right now, the Silicon Valley banks, right? The Silicon Valley banks, and then the price is worrying. A lot of people are saying like it's going to have causing a price a domino effects. It's going to collapse. So um, so what is going to happen for this for Silicon Valley Bank? So basically, Silicon Valley banks is if banking one for myself, I think is a very it is a very important things indicators to look at it because banking side is basically the bloodline of the whole economy. So if let's say banks are not doing well, so last year we hear from China side that some banks are taking also people are not able to withdraw money from out from it. And then right now we do have the Silicon Valley banks are doing this, and also signature banks are also having this problem right now. These two big banks are basically having the same problem. All right, so of course we do see some of the news that is saying that um not those news from Malaysia side, but of course the news like let's say from the let's say that there's a bailout and stuff like that, or from the US side, the government say that you don't really have to be worried about it because you'll be able to withdraw your FD or your savings from this SVB over here. But the problem here is that we need to understand um Silicon Valley banks, their client base, I think are mainly they are targeting startup fund tech startup company. So that's why is they are able to run the business. Although they are not the biggest bank in US, but they are one of the 16 or maybe 14 banks in the US. So um looking at this wise, these startups, as we know, they are not just going to buy have like 250,000 US dollar in their account. Okay, so it's in Malaysia side is something like our PIDM. So if let's say the bank goes bankrupt or maybe the banks go collapse, at least we can get back 250,000 ringgit. Same goes to the US side. So they do have this insurance thing as well, like the PIDM side. So, but the problem is that is those that have more than 250,000, like all those startup tech company, then they are going to face a huge problem because their funds are being freezed right now and they can't run the whole thing, then it will cause a whole domino effects into this. Okay, so although it's not the largest bank, but it's something that I think we have to concern about. So if you look back into the market here today, look into Malaysian market, I think a lot of people are very happy with it because KLCI is actually marking up higher. Okay, moving back higher. Gainers also 600 plus, more than the losers. But let's take a look into some of these stocks here, like top active list. Do they really have the intention to mark up, or just the big boys trying to attract the buyers to come in? So we do see a lot of the price is up, sorry, with the high volume, but price is not marking up tremendously. It's not moving up a lot. The highest volume here, the same thing. So it shows like there's a bit of trying to attract the buyers So same goes to this. They mark up in the morning. So I'll be very careful into those stocks. They mark up in the morning with high volume, and then after that it's not moving up anymore or move sideways. With once in a while there's a high volume coming in, because these are showing us that they are trying to create, wow, like there's a lot of buy transaction are coming in. So these are more worrying. So it's just like creating some fake intention that shows people that, oh look, there's nothing happened, look into this, the price is still marking up higher today. But when I look into things, price movement like this is have to be worried, because we do have high volume coming in, but why the price is not marking up higher in the 5-minute charts? So when we are analyzing in the stock market, as a trader or as an investor, we need to be very clear to ourselves is what is happening right now in the market. So we can't be biased into all this price movement that is telling us today price gain is just a show. A show for what? A show to tell people, okay, you don't have to worry about it, all right? Things are okay. You can see all the price are marking back up higher, things like that. So it's try to reduce the fear of panic selling in the market. So of course, when we see this, that the big boys in the market, stocks in the market are trying to attract more buyers, are trying to churn a lot of buy transaction is coming in. You don't have to be worried about it, because everything happens have two sides of the story. No, you can't say like two sides of the story. One coin have two sides. So if you look into this whole thing, it seems like a bad things, then you will miss out the opportunity in the current market for trading. Okay, why do I say that? Is because we look into the market, most of them, they are trying to create like price up, make people think like more confident, but in fact what they are doing behind with all this price and volume, all this transaction over here, is just telling us that they are not marking up higher. They are just trying to create transaction to attract retail investors to come in so that they can sell the rest of their shares, and then later on the markets goes down later. Okay, so that's the thing. So we don't have to be worried about it. The market is going to turn back. So we put it into another way to look into it is that, well, right now seems like we know from all this price movement of today, all this price up and throughout in the morning, and then start throwing out and then creating buy transaction throughout the whole day. So these are telling us that they are creating false signal to seems like there's a lot of buying pressure. Okay, so in this case, we know this, so it means that they are not going to push the price up higher. So then what should we do? We should go against, not to go against the market. We should go, we know the market is going to fall. So right now we can go for short selling in the market. Okay, like for example, you can go for KLCI. If let's say you don't have a futures contract trading account or anything about that, you can look into a structure warrant. Okay, they have the put warrant, they have the put warrant, let's say like FBM, KLCI, those with H are the put warrant. Okay, so you don't have to look at the chart for this, because these are structure warrant. So the you should always refer back to the underlying asset, which is KLCI. Okay, so if you look into the 5-minute charts or the pricing movement of this kind of structure warrants, you won't see anything up from it, because the price movement is always based on the underlying shares, underlying asset, which is FBM, KLCI. Or you can also look into for what we do is we look into Hang Seng, because Hang Seng has more fluctuation, so this actually provide us more opportunities, trading margin, okay, profit margin in this. Okay, so it's just an idea I want to tell you guys that these big boys, I mean, what is happening now in the market. So of course the Silicon Valley side is something that we have to be worried about, although there's a lot of the Feds is coming out to tell us that you don't have to be worried about that. But looking at this, for my point of view, is going to have a domino effect into that, because freezing those startup or company account is not going to save that. And of course, I'm not sure whether their current account is protected by the PIDM side. Okay, but definitely these kind of startups, they're gonna have like more than 250,000 in their bank accounts, so they are going through a very tough time over here. So of course, as a trader, like I say, one coin, there's two sides. So whether you see this in the market, if let's say you don't want to go like short or make the profit, make the opportunity when the market is going down, then you can stay aside. All right, especially if you look into those stocks that they are having like churning, sign of churning volume. So usually these kind of stocks, they are relying on limit. Like for example, this kind of price movement, you will see this kind of price movement that show up, they always keep on churning up price higher, and then suddenly throw down. Keep on churning up higher, and then suddenly throw down. Okay, so this kind of stocks, you have to be careful because they rely a lot in limit. So, okay, the limit that provides by the brokerage side. So if market really turns bad later on, then Bursa cut the limits, then this kind of stock is going to get it very soon. Okay, like for example, if you see the price can go down like this, so it's horrible. So try not to be greedy and look into these kind of stocks, because basically you can't see anything, but you know that those guys, they are doing their churning their volume up, but when they throw it down, it's gonna be horrible. Okay, so don't get yourself into don't get yourself miserable or whatever it is. Okay, so avoid into all these stocks, avoid exposing too much of the risk into it. But if let's say you are an opportunist, then you know that you see what kind of opportunity you can take from the current market right now. Okay, all right, so that's my point over here that I want to share about the Silicon Valley right now. And of course, they say the government coming, they might be coming in to bail this thing out, but from what I see is that the Federal Reserve right now, they are having a very huge problem also. What problem is it? Debt ceiling. Okay, other than debt ceiling and also interest rate hike. The interest rate hike is too much. I won't say it's too much. It's hurting the economy. And of course, the pricing is moving up a lot. And there's a lot of things that they need to handle. And right now, the banking side, do they have the way to save this? Of course, they do have the way to save this. The reason is because at the end of the day, they only have one choice to do, is that they increase their debt ceiling again and then continue to print more money. But the problem, this thing actually puts them into a very awkward situation right now. What is so awkward about it is because on one side we have this SVB thing, okay, on the other side we have the interest rate hike, okay, by the Federal Reserve. Okay, interest rate hike, inflation to fight. And so it's like in Chinese we say one thing, okay, your ship, your boat in front is burning, and at the back of the ship also burning, so it's burning from two sides. So it will be interesting how they look into it. So in fact, it will be a very good opportunity. I find that I want this yesterday when I look into this, then I find that wow, it's a huge opportunity in the market. Although it can be something that, I mean, this is stock market, this is financial market. If you are fortunate in one side, you can be the unfortunate one on the other side. So it depends on how you see this in the opportunity. So we see the opportunity over here. So if you do see that also, then you know how to react to this. Okay, but of course, this may take a little bit time to react in the market slowly. So be careful about that. Okay, So yeah, that's my sharing here. I hope every one of you like my sharing today and understand what I mean. So let me do a summary about this. SVB, the Silicon Valley banks, they have collapsed. Even though HSBC say that they are buying out their UK arm, but the main thing is still in the US, so it's not going to help much from buying up from the UK side. Things is still going on, and we look into the current market today. Those stocks that they are marking up higher in the top active list today in the Malaysian market, they are not showing sign that they want to mark the price up higher, but they are showing more sign of they want to press the down, just to mark the price up, keep maintaining the price at high side to give that kind of false positive idea that the market is rebound, nothing to worry. But in fact, from the transaction themselves, is telling us something is not right in the market. Okay, and then looking overall right now, things will be very tough, and for the US side to make the decision how to save this, increase interest rate, how to fight the inflation, it's going to take some time because they're going to debate from both sides, okay, until they get something that in common, and also increasing the debt ceiling, all this thing. So before all this thing that they can comes into an agreement and to execute to save the economy, is going to have some impact in the financial market. So this, from what I see, is an opportunities. All right. So this is the difference between us and others, where when you look into the overall market, you react to the current market, how it works, and then we react upon it. So we are not just trading or investing when the market is up or is in the uptrend. Okay, we are trading and investing according to the market. If the market is going down, then we use the down market way of doing it. Okay, all right. So that's my sharing over here. If let's say you find it interesting, do give us a like and share this out to your friends and anyone that interested into this. And of course, if you want to know more about us, you can go to our Facebook page, watch some of the video that we have. Okay, you will understand more on how we look at the market. Okay, all right. So thank you very much. I'll see you guys again next week. I'll see again whether anything new that is coming up. Then if let's say there's something new, then I'm going to do a live stream again. So if let's say you would like us to talk about something else, do let us know. I will share the topics that you want us to cover into that. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye.